Hi, my name is Erin Rice, and the story that I'm telling today is how I absolutely fell in love in New York and how I decided that that is where I'm going to be in the future. So it all started my first class at UGA, fall of 2015, my internship orientation class, where you're hearing from all the previous interns about their experiences, and you hear about the people in Athens and Atlanta, but then you hear about the people who got to go to New York. And kept thinking to myself, do I want to go there? I've already been to New York. I love the sights. I love the Statue of Liberty. I love, Times Square, but could I actually live and work there? So then I started thinking harder about it. Could I get an internship? Am I even good enough? Like, have I done the previous work that needs to be done to have an internship in New York? And also, would I enjoy riding the subway? I know I would enjoy seeing the fashion on the streets, like I took in this picture shown on this slide, but could I enjoy everything else about New York because it is just so different from what I'm used to in Georgia? So I acquired my internship at Greengale Publishing. I felt so good about it. I did a Skype interview and I was super nervous about the whole thing, but it was great. And once I got there, I just realized it wasn't even that big of a deal. It's like I worked it up so hard and I was just the fashion intern. So I was checking clothes in and out from the fashion closet. There's a picture of the kitchen right there. It's actually a pretty big work kitchen. But it was actually kind of gross and it was a lot of hard work. There was no AC in the fashion closet and I walked to work every single day. It was a mile to work and a mile back from work. And I also ran errands all the time and I talked to messengers on the phone and I was doing emails. So it was not a lot of the fun, glamorous work that you would think about when you think of a magazine, but I loved it so much and I started to really fall in love with not only fashion more, but the culture of New York. For example, the food is just so good. And here's actually a little man playing his accordion. You know, things like that don't really happen as much in Atlanta. In New York, people are playing music everywhere. It just seems like there's so many creative people in New York and they don't even care if they're going to show you their talent. And I just fell in love with that aspect. And also, there's museums everywhere. This was a pop up installation near Madison Square Park. I actually lived a couple blocks down from there. But just walking around, I got to see so much art, so many different people. Just, it was so diverse, and I just absolutely feel like I belong with that. But what comes with that is the struggle. My feet got absolutely destroyed. Like I said, I was walking everywhere, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed being able to just walk out of your door and just walk and go literally anywhere you want. And I just find that so amazing. But like I said, my feet got absolutely destroyed, but it was worth it. And I started to really succeed in my internship. They started trusting me to go on really far errands. For example, I went all the way to the One World Trade building with this Roberto Cavalli dress. It could have gotten stolen from me on the subway. So many things could have happened, but they trusted me and I got to go on photo shoots. This is an example of two of the models that I got to dress. It was a really long day. It was like a 12-hour day with no real food, and I got more blisters on my feet, but that's okay because it was worth it. And my bosses pretty much taught me work hard, play hard. People in New York take cocktail hour very seriously. There's a picture of my chocolate martini and a picture from the top of the Empire State Building, which I was super afraid to go up, but it was definitely worth it and it was worth the wait. And it's pretty much like anything in life. The journey may be a struggle and it may be hard, but it is so worth it in the end to just see your success and the achievements and just everything around you. And here's an example of the contrasts in New York. There's the subway, and then there's this beautiful park with kids playing with bubbles. Like, that's pretty much New York in two pictures right there. You have the contrast between the homeless people and then the really rich, successful people, and that's a true inspiration for me. And I want to be successful. I want to be a part of the culture. Here's a quote I found that says, "When you leave New York, you realize how clean the rest of the world is, and clean is not enough." And this just really resonates with me, and I just really feel like New York is somewhere that I belong.